I'm not what I look like. I'm not what you see. For we are the same, you and I. For you are me. I know that might sound weird, but it's true. We're all connected in the great vastness of life. Everything that I do affects you. Everything you do affects me. But I know you. I know you. And I may not know you personally, but I know you. I know the love, the compassion, the inspiring person, the beautiful, beautiful being that's inside of you. And I speak to that being. I speak to that now because for so long we've pushed that down. We've locked that away of who we really are because we're so worried about what other people will say, because we want people to like us. And so we act in ways that we don't normally act, and then we feel guilty, and then we add to it, and then we get depressed, and then we do things we know we're not supposed to. And it's just a spiraling out of control because we're so worried about what people think of us. Because we don't feel valuable or worthy because a lot of the times our voices aren't heard. And a problem is what you see is what you get, because we don't see past the skin. We don't see beyond what you see. Right now I'm in like shabby clothes and my hair is done and my eyes probably need to be tweezed, but I'm okay with that. And before I was never okay with that. I was worried. I'd get in front of this camera and then I would try to pretend to be pretty on the outside when I was trying to work on the inside, because heaven forbid I let you saw all the struggles that I was going through when I was trying to build myself up. That's why we don't grow. That's why we stay so trapped, is because we're afraid to show our flaws. We don't want people to see our flaws, because the minute people see our flaws, they gain a knowledge of who we are without us even knowing about it, and then all of a sudden we're these people that we're supposed to live up to, and we can't live up to that because that's not who we are. We're so worried about giving all time to others and being humble. Now, being humble is a good thing. You have to humble down, because you humble down, you learn compassion. You learn how to love other people in their struggle, and when you learn how to love other people in their struggle, you learn yourself in your own struggle. But oh my God, and another problem of mine is I lose my mind. Sometimes I start getting going so fast and then I forget what I'm thinking, and then all of a sudden now I'm judging myself for being forgetful. I'm not good enough. See, there's so many problems that we go through. There's so many things that we do, and because we fear our mistakes, our judgments, our failures, and we don't love ourselves enough to focus on what we love. No, but we focus on what everybody else loves, because we need to connect. You know, we have Facebook and the internet, and yes, we're connecting in so much ways. I can now share my message with you because of the internet, so I'm very thankful for it, but it has also disconnected us. I, for the longest time, struggled to connect with people. I couldn't connect with people. I tried, I would talk, I would pretend, I would do what I thought I could, but I could never connect with people because I feared so much failure and judgment, because that's who I was my whole life. I mean, I lived that way my whole life, and because of that, I did things that I wasn't happy about, and I moved forward because I judged myself and I beat myself up. But I've come to a pinnacle of my life because finally, for once in my life, I stopped putting everybody's needs ahead of my own. And I started spending time with myself, and I found God in doing that. I found God within me, and I found God within you. And I can connect with that now because I understand who we are. We are all connected, but we don't feel worthy. We don't believe that we are more than what we've been, but we're finally at a point in our lives where we can take control of who we are. We can stop and we can say, yes, I've made mistakes. I've done so many mistakes. You have no incredibly clue how many mistakes I've made in my life. I am a recovering drug addict, 8 years on drugs. I lost my children to this day. I lost my mother in ways I shouldn't have lost my mother. I have been down. And the pain of withdrawal, I have been through every type of possible pain that you can imagine. I wasn't raised right. My mom didn't teach me how to clean the house. She didn't instill values in me. She didn't instill discipline and growth. And I lived with her pretty much until I was 28. The day I lost my mom was the day I had to learn how to be an adult. And my mindset was a child. I didn't know how to be an adult. So now I'm going into the world that does nothing but judges. I mean, there's judgment everywhere. No matter what I could do, I was like a baby walking and falling along the way, and I was being judged for every step that I took, because here I am, a 28-year-old adult, should know how to do it because people assume, and that's what is killing us, is assumptions. We assume so much about other people. like without getting to know them. We invest so much of our focus and time into other people that we're building lives for them that they don't even have, and then judging our actions based on that. We're so limited to that. We need to stop for a moment and stop worrying about what everybody else has and start focusing on ourselves. Take time to yourself, reflect. You know, if you actually go into a room and start spending time with yourself and reflecting on the things that you're doing, you start to see the mistakes that you make. And then when you see the mistakes you make, you see where the mistakes come from, where they stem from, how deep they go. But you need to take time to reflect on yourself. And you need to love who you are, because despite your many mistakes and failures, trust me, if anybody knows what a mistake is, it's me. I am raising children as a child myself sometimes, and I struggle, but I'm getting better. I struggle at keeping my house clean because I work all day and then I walk all day because I don't have my car, because my car broke down too. But see, I was in a flow and now I'm not in a flow, and I need to get back in a flow. Oh my God, what was that? I was in the middle of the flow, trying to explain things, and then my phone died. To be cut off in the middle of the flow, that really is painful. And I think that's another reason why a lot of us have a problem that we do, is because we get into our own flow with the wrong people, and it gets cut off, and that causes pain. You have a flow in you. You have a flow in you of your creativity, your passion, your purpose, something that's trying to break out and get into the world. But you stop it at every angle because you don't feel worthy. You think that it's nonsense, it's stupid, you shouldn't be thinking about it. You need to be thinking this way because, we're raised to follow each other in line. We're raised to make the person in front of us. That is how we grew up, but that's not who we are. And we don't flourish that way either. Actually, we hinder ourselves that way. We don't grow. As a society, we're going nowhere because we focus too much into other people. Always. But when you actually start focusing a little bit of time into yourself and reflecting into yourself and doing things that you love and just saying no and learning to say no, but not in a mean way. No, you say no in a loving way because you care about yourself and you want to do the things that you enjoy, and sometimes just not everybody has your best interest, but you need to have your best interest. I know you need to have your best interest, and I know a lot of your pain is coming because you don't have your best interest in mind. And sometimes you need to get that. And once you start getting it, once you take the first step into actually trying to find what's best for you, that first step is going to become this desire in you to do more of it. Because finally you found something that matches with you, that resonates with you. But you got to stop worrying about what other think. And you have to admit that you're human. You make mistakes. My house is the trash half the time. Well, no. Let me rephrase that. It's dirty. It's got dishes, a couple dishes here and there. Not who I used to be though. No, a year ago my house looked like one of those pack rat houses. There was stuff everywhere. There's trash everywhere. I dealt with bugs. I did so much, but I couldn't do anything about it because I worked like 7 days a week and like 12 hours a day because I was trying to do something for my family. But what did I do? I beat myself up because the house was dirty. And that beating up of myself started something in me to be better at it. But it was a struggle. It was hard. I still struggle. But you know what? I'm getting better every day, and that's what matters. See, I can admit my mistakes because I'm growing from them. I'm not repeating them anymore. I have a choice not to repeat the same mistakes, but I have to put myself first sometimes because you can't grow out there if you're not growing in here. You're becoming stagnant and in pain. You gotta see the beauty in you. There's so much more in you that you don't know, and due to the way we grew up and how we were taught, we see ourselves as less than, and that we have to bow down to people, and that's not the case. God is in every one of us. God is in you, God is in me, Jesus is in us. We are part of that. But the gifts that they have to give us don't come until we see that worthiness in ourselves, until we see that beauty in ourselves. And when you start to see the beauty of who you actually are, you start to get like this universal knowledge, this wisdom that comes to you that gives you the revelations, the ahas. You finally start to understand why you suffered so much growing up, why nobody was there when you needed them to, why you suffered the pain and the abuse and the hate, why you didn't love and why you were mean and why you were always angry. You learn what the reasons those were and how they got you to where you are now. And when you do that, you finally let them go. You find real peace. you find real beauty, and then you actually start striving for something more. I mean, literally, when's the last time you sat and thought to yourself, okay, what am I gonna do for the future? What do I wanna do? Or did you start thinking, oh, I need to retire, and I gotta save my time and do valuable things. I don't wanna do too much, right? Because I don't wanna get hurt, I don't wanna get sick. There's so many diseases out there. I would rather just kind of stay home and watch TV so that way I can stay healthy and live a meager life, No, that's not what it is. It's all about striving for something more. I wanna be a TV show host. I want to get up on stage like Oprah because I look up to Oprah. Like, who she is and what she has done, I look up to. So instead of sitting and watching TV, which is something I used to do because I was in Netflix and chill, not even a year ago, all I would do is binge watch TV. I was very lazy. I didn't do anything. I didn't think of nothing. And I thought of nothing of myself and nothing more, and that I wasn't going anywhere. So I wasted my time in front of TV and games because that was about the only thing that brought me joy at the time. But not anymore. I let that go and I found me. And in finding me, I'm finding my desires. I'm finding my dreams. I'm finding my passions of who I want to be. I want to go skydiving. I want to travel the world. And I want to videotape it and I want to share it with the world because sometimes we just don't get the opportunities right away to go where we want. So I want to be able to be there for people who, who want something to look up for. Because that's what we need. We need to find beauty in ourselves. You need to find the beauty in you. You need to stop for once in your life and start thinking about you. You do, but not in a selfish way. You don't have to push people away. You don't have to say, screw you. We are vibrational energy, positive and negative. And when you're negative towards anybody, that negative resonates through your whole life. It's who you are. It's what you become. It's why you struggle. So instead, try doing something positive for you. Start caring about feeling good because being positive will cause you to feel good, but you gotta practice it. My phone keeps running out of time and I keep getting cut out, but that's okay because I know where I was at. You need to find what makes you happy and you need to do it. You do need to do it. You need to do it as much as you can. And don't worry about what other things, it doesn't, in the end, trust me, it doesn't matter what other people think actually, it only matters what you think. So if you're basing your own judgments towards yourself based off of what other people are saying about you, then you're living a life of no control. You take your control back. You're worthy. There's this greatness in you. Believe in yourself. I believe in you. I know you. The person right there, I know you. Not the body sitting in front of the camera, but the person deep within. That beautiful, beautiful person. You have to get to it. You can get to it. You're worthy of it. Now, there's nothing you could have ever done that can prevent you from getting to this beauty. Once you get there, you get all of the answers as to why you did what you did. All the times that you're like, why did I do that? All the times you beat yourself up for everything that you did, you start to understand why you did that. But you have to look within. You have to move within, and you have to put yourself first. God is there. And when you put yourself first, you are putting God first. And when you do that, you fill this cup that flows over to everybody around you. And not just that, but it's like a living flow. Like they start acting the way that's best for them, and then they grow from that, and then they grow from that, and they spread that, and then other people around them are affected. Love is contagious, and love is beautiful beyond all doubt. And I was the one person who never loved who I was, but I can now say today that I hands down love who I am. I've loved who I've turned into. All of my pain, everything that I have suffered was worth it at this point. That's because finally I have control of who I am and where I'm going, and I'm going to make something of my life because I'm worthy of that. And I now understand that I have God on my side, and when I have that, there's nothing that's going to stop me. And you can have that too once you see that in you. Spread the joy. Share this message. There's so much light in this world that needs to shine, but it starts with us. We can't light up the world if we can't share it with the world. So share it. Share it with anybody. If this moves you, if this resonates with you, if this just in you feels right, then share it because it's going to feel right to many people. And we can start taking this step forward when we start loving us, who we are. Stop worrying about them. Stop worrying about them. Let's do a march of us. I am. So let's just march of love. Let's do the love of, let's march for something beautiful and happy and inner love. deliberate creation, source, everything. We are beautiful, far more beautiful than we are giving ourselves credit for, and we need to stop fighting each other and just grow within ourselves. And when we do, we're going to evolve. Wisdom, ways of doing things outside of I have knowledge coming for me on how to make seawater drinkable. I've heard it and I understand it. I understand how we can be living off of free energy, how we can move, and how we can make a great place, but it starts in here. Grow with me. Look within. Care more about yourself. Meditate. Oh my God, meditate is the best thing you could possibly do. Share the love. Give what you want. And look within and trust yourself, because you have intuition that is waiting there to guide you through every step of the way and inspire you the whole way. But you gotta see the beauty in you. If you don't see the beauty in you, then you need to start, because it's there. Be blessed, loved one. You really deserve it, and you are worthy of it completely. I'm not what I look like. I'm not what you see. Okay. We can do this.